Namaste. My name is Elise Stansberry, and I teach yoga at Cancer Support Community on Tuesdays. And I look forward when we can meet face to face in the future. But right now, I'm so happy to have the technology, even though it's made me a crazy person to figure out how to connect. But I'm so happy that we have it because it is our way of connection now, and that's a good thing. I look forward to having you police yourself. This is the very best thing about your personal practice is that you really have to check in with your feet, your head, your breathing, where you're thinking to stay safe. That will be the very best thing about your yoga practice. I'm in my basement, and I'm expecting you to be too, someplace where you feel like you can just have a little bit of privacy. You're welcome to bring all of your family members that are a little tight today. I think we all are from this time of uncertainty. I'll remind you that we can never have certainty. Nobody ever really knows what's going to happen. So how do you stay calm in the face of uncertainty? And yoga has a practice of using the breath. So as you inhale right now, shut your eyes, inhale, easy exhale. Do that again. And focus on the sensations in the nose. A cool inhalation, that warm exhalation. It feels like it's just rinsing the brain. So what's happening is the oxygen that you're breathing in is not going into the brain. What is going into the brain is prana, is life force. Because the breath and life force move in the same channel. One goes down and fills the oxygen into the lungs and purifies that direction, and life force allows you to be alive and full of sensation. What is your own experience of that? It's always with you. Good. Let us begin. I just want to have you stand up. If you haven't stood up, I just want you to take and move the hips, the joints. So elbows are moving back and rolling the shoulders, just the best you can. My practice today is going to be shorter. I sometimes wish that the yoga practices I see online, it's hard to stay focused for that long before you think, I got to throw in another load of laundry. So we'll just move here. Easy. This should not hurt your knees. Go ahead and put your hands on your knees and circle the knees. So we're warming up with movement and with breath. Think of all those people moving and breathing in rhythm with you all around the world. I'm going to go the other direction. Good. Come to standing. I'm just going to do this little fist thing. Maybe bend my knees. Exhaling through the nose. Twisting your wrists. Warming up shoulders. And then big circle up. Exhale, forward fold. Halfway up, flat back. So bend your knees, rip them out with your heels. Forward fold again, just kind of fold over, drop your chin, and then brightly come up and slide down the midline. We'll continue the sun breath. Inhaling. Use your legs, bend your knees. Inhale, flat back. Got my knees bent all the way back down, crown of the head down, and then brightly come up. More weight on the ball of the feet and inner knuckle touching. And again, just cleaning out the cobwebs. Slow exhalation, a pause. Inhale slowly. And then slow motion back down. And then come up, spread your fingers, spread your toes, rip them out with your heels. Slow exhalation from to the heart. Just take your toes wide. And then I just want you to do, so what, who cares? Not too wide on the feet. Just letting those arms flop around. Sometimes I do put the backs of my hands to kind of slap the top of the lungs and the kidneys in the back. Bending the knees. Yeah, you have to step away from the wall and each other. Take a breath. So this is a slow agitation right there at the core. Easy twist. Good. And then we're going to begin our practice, breath of joy. You know this works. So it's 3 sips in the inhale and an exhale through the mouth. I like to be on my toes. So it's sip, 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 exhale through the mouth. It really works. You can make it up. You can wobble around. You can jump. You can smile. Big breath. Sip, 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 exhale. Slow it down. Feel the magic. Hands to the heart. Still point. Beam of light coming from the crown of your head to the bottom of your feet. From the bottom of your feet, clear to the crown of the head. Front, back, and sides. Pillar of light. Embody the feeling of pillar of light. Just reflecting light to the whole universe. Take a deep breath. Now take another deep breath for all those that can't. One more. More weight on the balls of the feet. Hands to the waist. You just want to step up and over that laundry. I know you know where it is. It could be a pillow, a small child, probably the dog, right? You can hold on to the wall here, or a chair, or your heart. Then I'm going to go the other direction with that leg. Just a big groin work here. Look in the hips, wobbling around. Practice your balance. And then I'm going to let that heat dissipate, and I'm going to do the other side. Up and over. I like to think about drawing a little circle with my knee. Sometimes I'm able to do a big circle. But I'm always surprised how if I don't practice yoga regularly, it takes me longer and longer to come back. But the beauty of stretch and awareness, you can do it at any time in your life. And it comes back. Just sometimes takes a little longer than you thought. Other direction. Don't give up. Just make a tiny circle or drag your toes. We're going to get comfortable with the wobble. We don't know who we're becoming yet as a world. Think good thoughts. Open up the thumbs, brightly shine that heart center. It's our back bend. Use your legs, kneecaps are up. Vitality in the legs. Yeah. Let's lift our toes up for fun. And then put the toes down one at a time. As best you can. Let's try that again. This time, big toe down. Sometimes I have to talk to it. Then the other toes. Good job. One more time for fun. Take yourself lightly, toes down. Good. Good to talk to your toes. Let your toes connect with all your other parts. And then I'm just going to take one hand behind me and one hand up. And the other side. Use your legs here so the legs are fired. And then stretching with the lifted arm. It's going to bring the energy up the front and down the back. Use your legs so you don't hurt your back. You could actually put a block between your legs. You know, I sometimes use my Fanny Farmer cookbook in the beginning, years and years ago. Now that thing's about ready to fall off the jacket and everything like that. And putting Fanny Farmer between your legs is a task. that cookbook. Forward fold. Hold on to the outside elbows and lean forward. Bend your knees, let the tail be heavy, elbows heavy. Now gravity is taking the arm and waistline longer. Breathe through the nose. Keep the tongue soft. A yummy stretch in the collarbones, or in the shoulder blades, really. Come down. We'll do a little bit of hamstring work here. Right and left leg, right foot forward, left leg back. I'm going to take and do this. Square the hips, straighten that right leg. Blocks here might be very helpful. Toes up and down. And then I'm going to bow to the foot. Keep the hips square. You'll see they scooch off to the left. Scooch them back to the right. And soften the mouth. Try to release gripping that's not required. The ligaments in the hand, wrist. So right there at the stomach. Breathe in light. Right there from the navel. Softens the whole pose. Toes up and down. And then both hands over to the right. Either a little or a lot. And then toes up and down. Here are the ribs. Take a breath. And knee over toes to stretch your calf. And open the psoas. Hip flexor. I'm just going to grab hold of that right knee. And drop my left hip down. Up and down. Left hip down. I'm hugging my right shin. We'll change sides. Left foot forward. Right leg as far back as you can. A little adjustment here. So remember, the definition of old is being unwilling to change. So you can be an old age person but not have any old thoughts or letting go of old anxieties, old fears. And you will have the vitality of a young one with the wisdom of an old one. How cool is that? You just have to be willing to be curious and flexible. We're willing to modify. It doesn't mean that we're going to be 14 forever. We can have that vibrancy of being willing to learn new things, no matter how long it takes. This is my second attempt today at this class. I'm not going to stop till I get this on the net. And then I'm going to take my foot to the side and put my elbows down. Did we do this on the other side? Yeah. Oh, I forgot one thing. You're right. Just breathe. Everything is unfolding in the right time and space. We're allowing change. We're listening for information. This is the one I forgot that I can remember I forgot. Straighten that left leg, bring the toes back, and take both hands to the left. And the breath here, most amazing breath ever. Keep the hips moving left and lower them a little bit. Straighten that left leg. Come back. Grab that little knee. So knee over ankle. Grab your left shin and then let that right hip up and down. Beauty within. You're on the pollen path, 360 degrees, using your body in this time and space to connect with something unseen, a higher vibration. Good. Did we turn the toes this time? All my little classes are blending together. Sit on your toes again. How about that? You probably did this morning already, yes? I like to take my fingers, and if you can rock forward on your heels if you need to. Pull your fingers down, and notice the ligaments in your hand. Those are tight ligaments. Not trying to hurt anything, just a little bit of sweet discomfort, both places. All the way up to the elbow and jaw. Good. And come up. We'll do a lunge salutation, making modifications that work for you. Your attitude of flexibility and curiosity going to propel you into a place of stability. And there's the ocean of the breath, the waves coming in and trying to find that still point over and over. I'm going to stand a little bit to the side so I don't bump my pictures. Inhaling the arms up. Exhale, fold forward. Lengthen, look up. And all the way back down. Right leg back. So high or low lunge. Go low lunge and take the arms up. Yeah, lace the fingers, the Charlie's Angel gun, ribs in. Arms reach back. So you can get your upper arms by your ears. And reaching, sinking and lifting. Slide down the midline and hook the right elbow to the outside of the opposite leg. I try to get my armpit as close to the leg as possible. And push into the top hand. Sometimes rock and paper seems to work. And sometimes I take my back knee off the ground. Breath. Sometimes like this too. Draw a line with the thumbs and connect around the world in all directions. Release. So here's the vinyasa. You're already on your knees. You could stay there, go to your toes. You could go to your elbows and fists or use the blocks. High plank. Yeah, people are doing this for days now, yeah? Okay, longer than you think. Use your legs. That inner spiral of the thighs. Heart over the fingertips, so you're using your toes too. The whole barrel of the abdominal muscles holding you up. You can stop at any time. Think good thoughts. That ocean of the breath, life force moving in, fire in the belly. Bend the elbows, come down. Use your toes, thighs either on or up or down, toenails in. I like the kneecaps up. Shake the shoulders and move the ribs away. Now soften the glutes. Elbows bent a little bit. You can make broad collarbones. Lifting your heart no matter what. Soft mouth. Take the throat back. And then downward facing dog for rest. This is our inversion today. I'm going to tuck in a little better. Adjust the feet. I'm just going to bend both knees at the same time and then straighten them. Bend both knees and straighten them. As if I'm going to hop up to the feet to the hands. Be mindful of how the weight changes when you do this. It goes to the heel of my hand. So I have to take a free will choice and smash down the knuckles. And then I'm going to just hold here. You can wiggle those feet closer or further apart. Straighten those elbows and charge arms and legs. And then the delicious breath, the delicious and miracle of life force. I'm trying to get your head down. A really lovely thing is to use a block under your hairline. Oh, that's so nice. Get your cookbooks out, girls. And release. This time, right foot forward. I'm having a hard time remembering what we did after this. strong right leg. I'm going to take my, so you could have that knee down, left knee down and arms up, crescent. Lace the fingers. I like to keep the index finger and thumb straight, and then I'm going to recross the last 3 fingers. So right now I have the right little finger as the caboose. I'm going to change and make the left little finger the caboose. Right, like that. Just to mix it up. To practice change instead of habit. So I'm rising up and sinking the hips. I'm going to slide down the midline, lift the heart, do a big twist here, and hook the right armpit on the outside of the thigh, right thigh. Push. Actually, it's left arm on the outside of the right thigh. Push into that right arm to lift the chest. And sometimes one hand up and one hand down. And sometimes the block's handy. And sometimes I can take that back leg off the wall too. Big supernova feeling. You're okay with the way the right groin feels here. Remain calm. Just keep watching with friendliness, curiosity. Circle around. I'm going to straighten the right leg and kick the left foot forward. From here, either elbows in front or behind the knees. Drop the head. Big breath here. Coming into an easy chair, sit. Come down to a sit. Good. I'm going to come all the way down. Hug those knees into the heart. Best you can. I'm going to release the left leg and circle the right leg around. Ooh, it's been a while. That groin is saying, I'm rusty. Need a little WD-40 here. Feel the shoulder blades on the back. Heavy, heavy hips. Dragging that right knee across the midline, trying to get to the right armpit. Either as big a circle as you can muster or being mindful not to hurt your groins. Go the other direction. Other side. Left leg comes in, Other side. Big circle. Other direction. Dragging the knee across the midline, so really exploring what's living in the left groin. You could make a smaller circle. Moving into that left hip, just to honor left hip. You still with me? Good. I'm just going to take and put my feet apart and elbows out, just an easy window wiper here. You could turn your head away from the knees. Slow down the action of the mind. Yoga Chitta Vritti Nirodha. Best you can. Become the ocean here with the movements. The energy of the flow. Moving with your breath. And the sounds at the back of the throat. I'm taking both knees to the right. I'm going to put my right foot on my left thigh. I like the left foot close to my left hip here. I'm going to pick my head up and put my left temple closer to the floor. Right. This right foot might be too heavy for some of you. You can take it off. And push it down a little. Sometimes you can put a little push into that leg so you're really getting some nice feeling up in the thigh. Come back to neutral. Square everything and then back and forth with the knees. I want you to feel buoyant, light. And let go of those burdens around the throat and neck. Both knees move to the right. Both knees move to the left. Pick up the left thigh and put it on the right. Let's start again. Both knees are at the left. Pick up the left foot and put it on the right thigh. So be tender with yourself. We're going through uncertainty, and they didn't teach us about this in middle school. You can't even Google it, really. You can Google some things to help you, but this whole thing, mind, body, spirit, in the face of a pandemic, we're going to build trust by just focusing on the stability of the breath, because stability equals peace. And when things are changing around us, we have this inner stability. Good. So a lovely inversion would be a good way to end our practice. I'm just going to keep my feet close to my hips. I got my block. You don't have to use a block or a cookbook. Just lifting those hips up. Find a place, either low, middle, or high. Like that. Rock your shoulder blades under. So if I didn't have a block or a cookbook, I would keep my heels down as if I'm ripping the mat with my heels. Lace my fingers and put my wrists on the ground. Now hips high. The shoulder blades are close. Keep rocking them together. Looking straight up. This shouldn't hurt your neck, and you should not have a blanket under your neck. You want a little curve right there behind your neck and hips high. Now we're just going to let all the blood change direction. New point of view. I love the way this feels in the collarbones as I push down the shoulders and wrists, activating the arm muscles. The shins are moving forward to help the navel move up. Inhaling and exhaling into a still point. Imagine the whole body expanding. A pause, and the whole body softening. On the exhale, a pause there too. Continuing. Now for fun, I'm just going to bend my elbows and hold my hips. They're higher than the block. This is easier on the neck. It's hard on the wrist though. You want your glutes to be soft, so try not to squeeze. I'm going to lift my heels and move the block away if I had a block, and move my hands and let the spine come down. Good. Hug those knees in. Upside down child. So I'll tell you that in life we have things we label good or bad. And the truth is we don't see them through. So we don't really know if it's good or bad. At the moment you might say this is good, this is bad. That leads you into, in fact we're wired to see the negative. Leads you into negative thinking. Whatever you focus on becomes bigger. So we don't really know the opportunities here in this time of change. So I ask you to stay curious and flexible as we go through this change together. We were born for this. I'm going to take and do happy baby. Just tipping right and left. Here's the breath. Here's life force. Here's the light. In this shape right here and now. Pull those feet as far apart as you can go. Some of you are going to straighten the legs. Tailbone down. This is a lovely massage in the back. Put your feet forward. Keep bending your knees. I'm using my arms to try to get my knee to the ground. You can rock pretty good here. Good. And then one foot at a time. Shavasana. One leg extends, then the other. Put your socks on, your blanket. So I want you to lie down and do just a little bit of Shavasana. It's so important to practice stillness and being lucid. The fact that the action of doing nothing is very much a way to balance our modern lives. So you're doing it just right. Stay comfortable and warm. You could think of the body scan that we did. You could just move through the body from the inside out. Going back to the place that maybe you felt the most in the beginning. The belly. Or the lips. Let all the skin soften. Please continue to stay in Shavasana as you allow the breath to bring and be your stability. I look forward, then we can meet again, and I look forward to seeing you next time virtually. Namaste.